Okay, y'all. So we're going to be going through a list of grant opportunities that are available, as well as just letting you know what opportunities there are. And then if we find an application that we can all do together, then we can do that. However, let's drop our cities in the chat. What cities are you from? This grant list is separated by city, state, country, the type of opportunity, the amount, the deadline, as well as the website for where you can find it, right? So if you drop your city, then you can tell me what I can tell you rather what opportunities are available in that area. Okay, so Tennessee, let's see. There are no opportunities in Tennessee on this list this month. However, don't be discouraged. These grant lists, they open every single month, and what might not be available this month might be available on another month. Okay, so, and then also there's opportunities that are not specific to states or specific states. They also could be open to everyone, right? So don't be discouraged. Like literally, it's not the end all be all, right? Also, there's some US based applications. For example, there's the AAPI Strong Restaurant Fund. That one ends on the 31st of this month, and it says this restaurant fund will accept grant applications from restaurants that are part of this like AAPI restaurant group. So this is also another reason why definitely have to keep pushing. Okay, Naya. This is also a reason why I've told you guys before, and I'll tell you guys again, being part of an association is probably one of the easiest ways to get funding. All right. Put yourself, like if you know your industry and you are really clear on what part of the industry you're serving, find organizations that have those kind of opportunities, and or not even those opportunities. Find organizations that service that industry, and when they have grants available, you can get in that way. Okay, my bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, and I'm gonna record this and put this on YouTube later. So if you want to watch it on YouTube later, you can go to Mental Money Podcast, search Mental Money Podcast on YouTube, and you will find the replay there. Okay. Also, if you have a product-based business, that Amazon Black Business Accelerator is also a really great resource to use. Okay. They will give you, I actually have a young lady, I know a young lady who went through this accelerator. They gave her Amazon credits. They gave her money for advertising. Like this Black Business Accelerator is one of, I think, the better accelerators out there, because while you're not getting cash in your hand, they're giving you resources to be successful on Amazon. You have someone that you can confer with. Like it's a great resource, something to consider. Okay. Any questions about those so far? Any questions? No? Okay. So then also, let's see. There is the Amazon Small Business Grant, which closes on 5/24, and that is for $25,000. Now, this is not to be confused with the Black Business Accelerator. This is the Amazon Small Business Grant that is independent of the Amazon Accelerator. Okay, so it says this year Amazon Business is giving eligible small businesses in the U.S. the chance to win over $250,000 in grants. So there's going to be 10 people receiving $25,000, right? 10 semi-finalists, existing Amazon business customers with annual revenue of $1 million or less. So you don't have to have $1 million of revenue. You can do less than $1 million. All right. Grant recipients will receive 1 year of free Business Prime membership, Amazon devices, and Amazon Basics products. Okay. So in addition to the money, you're also getting a bunch of other perks too. So great resource to use if you're interested in possibly winning $25,000. Now, I'm going to warn you, because I don't sell business bundles online. No shade to people who do. That's not really my style. I don't have any stake if you win or lose. However, when they're giving away money that's amount, like $25,000 or more, you're not going to just put in the application, I need to win because I need inventory. That's not what's going to win you guys, all right? You have to have a success plan. You have to know how that money's going to make an impact. You have to really talk, you need to talk shop. These businesses that are giving away $25,000, they're giving it to businesses that they determine are viable. So you have to talk about your business in the sense of viability, not begging, okay? Because I see some of these applications, y'all be begging, all right? Which is not, you need the money. There's no argument there. You got to have money to make money. That really is what it comes down to. But how you talk about your business, how you talk about your ability to be successful, all matters, okay? That's what I've been trying to teach you guys on this platform. You can't go in there saying, I need money. They don't give money to people who need money. They give money to people who can demonstrate why they're going to be successful and how they're going to be successful when the money is applied. Big mental shift that I'm trying to encourage in our collective, all right? So, any questions about that before we go on? I'm gonna go talk about maybe like 2-3 other opportunities, and I might actually go through the small business grant application. So we'll go through that one. Return on investment, yes. Even though they might not, so this is not an investor, right? Even though they might not have stake, like actual equity in your ability to be successful, they still want to know. Like, for example, they have most nonprofits or even organizations, they measure their impact, right? They measure whether or not what they're doing is working. So working, how they qualify or quantify working is saying, if I give this business money and they've said that they're going to grow by 100%, did they actually grow by 100%? Did we read those metrics correctly? Did we look at their business plan, their proposal, or whatever they're asking for? And did we actually see a business that's actually viable? So that lets us know that we're able to do our job correctly. And then they're going to share your business to the world. Hey, look at this business that we work with. Look at this business that we help. Look at what they've been able to do. You want that press from Amazon. You want that support from Amazon, not only monetarily. I'm trying to get you guys to kind of like not only see the money piece and understand that these are businesses. These are organizations. There has to be something in it for them too. So you gotta, it's a give and take. It's not only, I need $25,000, because guess what? Everyone can use $25,000. When you get the $25,000, how are they going to get good PR? How are they going to get good press? How are they going to demonstrate that they've been able to help you to be successful? It's a give and take, you guys. Get out of the selfish business mindset. Talk impact. Talk success, talk ROI. This is the language of money that you need to be able to have in order to be successful. This is why I know people are not winning, because they go, when I say, let me tell you something. This one girl got into an argument with me on my post when I told her I know why she's not winning grants. And it's the same reason why most people don't win, is because they go into these applications and they start telling the grant funder why they need money for inventory, right? And then the grant funder is looking at your application and is like, okay, cool. And then what? So you got your inventory, and then what? Because you're asking me for money. How do I know that this is not going to be another sinking ship after you get the money? Because you can't demonstrate how you've already been successful. So you want me to now pour $25,000 into a project that you haven't demonstrated success for just for you to get inventory? Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Yes, that's exactly why I didn't win a $50,000 grant, not speaking their language. Absolutely, guys. It's a language, all right? You gotta, it's like going to another country and insisting that they speak your language when you gotta walk into that room and speak theirs. That's the rules, right? Those are the rules of engagement with these people. So with that being said, we're going to go through a grant application together, right? I'm going to invite someone if they want to take this opportunity to go through the application on live with me. Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But we're going to go through the application. I'm going to show you exactly how to answer these questions, what the funders want to know, And how these questions are going to be answered in a way that demonstrates that you know what you're... Hi, Kuma. How are you? Welcome back. That shows that you are a viable business, all right? That you know how you're going to be viable, all right? Yes, please grab a piece of paper, open a Word doc. So every time we go through these grant applications, these are the rules, you guys. Open up a Word document. We're going to go through the qualifications or the requirements for the grant. While we're doing that, like, tap, 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 share the live, all that stuff while you're listening. When we go through it, take notes, okay? Come back. When we used to do these lives every single day, there was a young lady named Chiembe, I think her name was. She's in the community. I don't remember how to pronounce her name, unfortunately, and I'm sorry about that. She's progressed through grant applications just by joining the lives. She wasn't paying for membership. She didn't join any of the higher trainings. She was just winning based on the lives. Okay, you guys? Do what y'all want with that information. Because I'm telling you the framework for how to communicate with them. All right? And then also, hold on. There's a whole book that shows you exactly how to do this, right? How to speak their language. So chapter 1 is an introduction. Chapter 2 is how to know your funder. Chapter 3 is crafting a compelling narrative. Because again, you need to be able to make an argument for who you are, what you're doing, right? Mastering the art of persuasion, common questions and how to address them. So that's chapter 5. And I like this chapter a lot because it goes through exactly the question, 62 of the commonly asked questions. Then it goes through what the grant funder wants to know. And then it goes through an example of how to answer the question. And then there's a page where you can do your own mock-up. I'm going to add the book to here so you guys can grab your copy if you want. Okay. Okay. If TikTok would be cooperative. Sorry, y'all. Okay, I added the book to the live. All right, y'all. So, matter of fact, let's do a flash deal too. Right? The book is 44. Let's call it 26. Okay? One second. Okay. Done. So if you grab your book in the next 20 minutes, then you will you'll be able to grab it for 26 versus 44. All right? This is Big Daddy right here. No, this is Medium Daddy. Big Daddy is the one that's coming out at the end of this month. Or maybe the beginning of next month. I'm still editing that book. All right? Now, where are we? Okay, let's go through the requirements, or the eligibility for this one. See what they want to tell us about how to align ourselves with them for success. All right. So again, we're doing the Amazon Business Small Business Grant. Okay. Any questions about what we're doing, where we are, who we are, anything? Any questions before we move forward? No? Okay, cool. So while we're going through the requirements again, tap, 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 like, all the good things, all right? So now it says Amazon Business Small Business Grants. Apply for a chance to receive $25,000. The application closes May 24th. One grand prize, $25,000. 4 finalists, $20,000. 10 semifinalists, $15,000. So there's 10 15 chances to win one of these tiers. All right, cool. Additional prizes: 1 year of Business Prime, Amazon device bundles, Amazon basic office supplies, free 1-hour consultation with Amazon business team. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so it says business grants are for existing Amazon business account holders only. So if you do not have a small business account with Amazon, this would be a good time to transfer that over. Okay. Naya said, I used to win grants all the time for scholarships in school, but I can't seem to get the new lingo. Well, Naya, I hope you're following me because that's why I'm here, baby girl. Okay. Application begins on May 1st and ends at 11:59, May 24th. All right. It ends on May 24th, y'all. Don't try to apply on May 25th. That's all I got to say. I've seen it happen before. Limit 1 application per account for eligible business throughout the contest period. For more information and eligibility requirements, review the small business grant terms and conditions. So we'll open those up and we'll see if there's anything that is like really relevant. I would suggest reading this, or if you don't want to read it, put it into ChatGPT and tell it to give you a summary. Okay, it's really that easy. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and District of Columbia who at the time of the application are 18 years of older. All right. Existing Amazon business account holder, a brand owner of a small size business should complete the application in full and enter via the entry form on the grant landing page. Okay. So don't mail it in. Don't email them. Just fill out the form on the site. Annual revenue of $1 million or less, headquartered in the U.S. If you received a small business grant in the past, you will not be eligible to receive a grant through that contest. So no double dipping, y'all. All right. What else? How to participate, conditions of the application, initial judging phase. Okay, so this is important. All eligible applicants received by sponsor during the contest period will be reviewed by a third party selected by the sponsor and based on the following criteria. They're telling you exactly how you're going to be picked. All right. Ability of application to provide a business mission or vision that is clear and compelling. Remember when I showed you the book and I said in chapter 3, crafting a compelling narrative? That's important, you guys. You have to be able to speak in a compelling way. Like, you really got to draw them in with what you're talking about. All right. Does the business help solve a customer problem? Clear plan within the application outlining how receipt of the award would assist in business expansion. Application ability to demonstrate innovation in the form of a product or service offered or how to solve business problems and demonstration of how business giving back to their applicable community. Okay. Remember when I told you guys that you guys can't be selfish? The businesses, let me tell you now, right? I make predictions on this page. You can go back. There's at least 30 of them now, if I put them all in a playlist. But there's a playlist, and it's just a list of predictions that I made about where businesses are going, where things are flowing, where money's going to be flowing. I'm telling you now, in the future, businesses that are going to be funded consistently are businesses that have a clear impact on not only for themselves, but how they're going to be successful and help others, build community, have some sort of give back, have some sort of tie-in. And that same energy was like when, what's the name of that shoe company? I always forget their name. It was a shoe company that used to give away a pair of shoes every time someone would buy a shoe, they would give a shoe away. I can't remember the name. We talked about it a while ago, but I can't remember. All right. So those companies, those kind of companies that are innovating, and innovating is not just technology. Zappos, was it Zappos? No, I think it was something else. It wasn't that platform. It was the actual shoe brand itself. Tom's, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Okay. So those are the companies that are going to be funded consistently. Okay. consistently and big, when not only they have something that's innovative, but also when they have something that is going to give back or serve a community in some way. All right. It's not all about you. This is all about service. All about service. I want to drill that into your mind. That's the number one way you're gonna compel these people to give you money, is if you have a community driven, service driven business. Okay, that's part that if you can get through that, that's half the battle. Promise. So that alone should tell you, when you're talking about yourself in these applications, you're not telling them about inventory. You're not telling them about, you need to keep your lights on. No, when you get this money, how is it going to serve? Even if you needing money to be able to keep your lights on means people have a place to come when you are serving, that's the answer. All right. Not that you need to keep your lights on. Does that make sense, you guys? Please let me know if I'm explaining this in a way that makes sense. Okay, awesome. All right, so they literally tell you what the initial phases are, right? And how you're going to make it through the judging phases, because they are going to be judging you. All right. So I'm just looking for something real quick. Okay. So one of the judging phases, it says clear plan with application outlining how receipt of the award would assist in business expansion, right? There is a way to measure and articulate how you're going to receive the funds and be successful. We talk about that in the book, right? So if you were selected for this grant, how would you use the funds in the next year? Grant funders ask about funding plans to evaluate your financial stewardship, ensure grant alignment with their project goals or your project goals, and assess the impact and sustainability of the grant. Okay, let's tie all of that in together. So you have a clear plan, you articulate that plan, you know that these are the things that they want to know, and then when you take all of these things into consideration, now you're going to answer this question with regard to your plans to expand. Expansion is all measurable. If I'm telling them that I want to expand my business, now I'm going to outline for them exactly what that looks like, right? It looks like I'm going to take $5,000. I'm going to put it into a piece of machinery that allows me, or a piece of equipment that allows me to be able to generate. If I'm making soap, is always an example that we use. If I'm making soap, and I right now, based on my infrastructure now, I'm only able to produce 10 bars of soap with what I have. This piece of machinery that costs $5,000 will allow me to be able to now generate 100 bars of soap. I've 10x my output, which means I've 10x my income, right? And of course, you're going to articulate that this has to do with the demand of your business. This has to do with whatever reason you need to expand on your output. Maybe you're expanding to a new platform like TikTok Shop, and you know that TikTok has great discoverability. There's great features as far as like being able to now open on another platform and get in front of your customers and your marketing plan. Okay. So these are the people and how you're going to articulate what you're doing and how you're going to be successful. Okay. Especially when it comes to expansion. Cool. Any questions about that? Okay, cool. So with that being said, the answer, or how you would answer that question, or one of the ways you would answer that question, is if awarded this grant, we would allocate the funds strategically. 50% would go towards expanding our workforce to increase our project scale and reach. 30% would be invested in research and development to enhance our product's efficiency and sustainability. The remaining 20% would support community outreach and educational programs, ensuring the long-term success and impact of our project. Okay, so now if you had this book, you could write down your own sample answer and breakdown and plans, and you'd be prepared for an application like this, right? All right, cool. So that's enough. Is that enough? Yeah, they also tell you how you are going to be notified that there is a voting phase. They talk to you about the award conditions, and then they go through some additional terms as well as miscellaneous things that you need to know. All right. Again, if you want to read it, you're more than welcome to. And then you're also more than welcome to put the into ChatGPT and ask for a summary. Okay. Now, the application has how many questions? Okay. First question, what was your annual revenue in 2023? First of all, you should have already filed your taxes. So you should know that. They specified that they do not want recipients that have made $1 million or more. So there is an option to click $1 million and above, and that would put you out of the running, right? So there's also $0 to $500,000 or $500,000 to $1 million, right? How many employees do you have? Now, this is they have an option for solopreneurs. So if you do not have a ton of employees, then you don't have to worry about being put out of the running because you don't have employees. They are okay with you being a solopreneur. Is your company based in the United States of America? You should put yes if you are, because that's one of their requirements, right? So now it says for questions 4 through 9, please do not include any personally identifiable information. Please keep your answers as close to 200 characters as possible. Please note when evaluating some questions are weighted more than others. Okay. Any questions about that before we move on? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. First question, why did you start your business? Whenever we answer this question, we're always framing it with regard to an opportunity that we saw in our industry that we are now trying to solve, okay? Or problem that we saw that we're trying to solve, or an opportunity that we're trying to leverage, okay? So why did you start your business is not because, you saw a profit just because you wanted to make money and you thought that this was something that you could love to do. Okay, that's cute, but they don't really want to know that. They want to know if you realize that it took 2 hours in order for you to put on, and this could be any industry. This is industry agnostic, okay? If you saw that it took 2 hours to put on a pair of lashes during an initial visit, and it's created an issue with customers not being able to come in because they didn't have that time to allocate, and you wanted to innovate in the beauty industry, so you found a solution that would allow them to do it in 30 minutes. The problem was inconvenience. The solution is you wanting to be the one to solve that issue and increase your turnover, and create opportunities for people in this beauty industry to improve their income, whatever, right? I'm not in the beauty industry, so I couldn't tell you what the solution would be. But whatever that situation is, problem, solution. Problem, solution. Why you started your business? Because you realize that within the manufacturing business, the clothing manufacturing business, there is a ton of waste, right? And why you started is because you wanted to present solutions for that waste and then enter what you do and how you solve that problem. Are we good on that before we go to number 5? Good. Okay. What is your business's mission or vision? Okay. Mission is what you're hoping to accomplish, right? You want to change the world. You want to improve on whatever problem that the industry is having or solution that it is that you want to see. And your vision is going to be how big of an impact that you want to have. So your mission, for example, my mission, for example, is to be able to educate and equip Black women in business with resources and tools that they need to be able to become profitable and fundable, right? That's my mission, to be able to give you guys the empowering resources that you need to make it through these applications. My vision is that every minority-owned business that starts in the future has this information, and is every single one. I'm not leaving one behind. Every single business that starts in the future would take a training like the trainings that I have to be able to equip them before they start, so they're avoiding mistakes right out the gate, right? That's my vision for every business, to be able to start off correctly. Now that's tall. That's a tall order, because will I be able to reach every business? No, but the vision to be able to have this large scale project move forward so that businesses know how to start and get started and have this language before they get started, already have the foundation for development. That's my vision, right? So, how does are we clear on the difference between your mission and your vision? If not, then I can give you an example from the book, because we talk about that in the book. There's a way to answer that question. Any questions about that? Okay. You have a question, or yes, you understand. I just want to make sure I'm good before we move on. Okay, great. How does your business innovate or add value for your customers? Important question, all right? So, why isn't anyone else commenting? I don't know, Naya, but do me a favor. When we leave this live, DM me. Don't do it now. Stay here. When we're done, DM me. If you're not already following, then that's how you have to DM me. And then I'll send you a copy of this e-copy of this book for free. Okay? I mean, you're the only one who cares in here about your business, apparently, and making sure that you understand. So, I know it's okay. I'm not knocking anybody else, y'all. Engagement gets rewarded here. I'm just saying. All right. So, how does your business innovate or add value for your customers? When we're answering this question, innovation for some reason is always misconstrued with with technology. Like, you don't have to innovate using technology. Anything that causes your customer to experience some improvement in their life or solve their problem in a way that is new is innovation. Okay. So for example, I innovate with my training, like the higher level training, by leveraging ChatGPT. Granted, that's technology, right? But I also have innovated by being the one to work with other people to fund projects, right? I funded a project in Haiti. I talked about that on my page a couple months ago. I think we did it in September, October. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But we funded an actual project. So not only am I giving you this information, I'm actually practicing what I'm preaching, right? We go through the same things that I'm telling you guys. I look at the same information for what projects will be successful. And that project was amazing, okay? So that's how we're innovating. We're not just teaching, we're also doing, right? And that's something that none of these other people on this app can tell you they can do or they've done, right? They might start doing it now because they love copying, but whatever. So how do you innovate? How do you add value? Value is based on what the customer wants and needs, right? So let's say Gain versus Tide. Tide is not necessarily, they have products, but it's not necessarily for people with sensitive skin. Gain has added value by creating products that are meant for sensitivity, right? That's just the value. That's the value add. Value adds could be making sure that your customer gets to be able to do things quickly, more effectively. Cars are pretty much baseline innovations, right? We innovate on what the car was the innovation, all right? Gain does smell really good. right? So the car was the innovation. How they continue to add value is that they will put a new technology in there, or they will put a GPS in there, or they will put a tracker in there that allows the insurance company to know that you're a good driver and reward you for that. They can add value by creating seats that warm up, right? They've created value to the customer by making it a smoother ride. They've created value to their customer by push to start from inside the house. So you don't have to go, like if you're in the cold, or if you live in a cold climate and you don't have to go outside to start your car to warm it up, that's how you can add value too, right? Let me know if that makes sense. But whatever is important to your client that someone else isn't doing, or you're doing new for the first time, that is going to improve on the customer's life, that's how your business is adding value to the customer, by solving their problem in a new, unique way that helps them understand. Yes, but not just amenities, right? Not only I pointed out those things for the car, but value could also be time, right? I don't get my lashes done because I don't got 2 hours to be spending in the salon or the beauty store. I don't, right? It's not convenient. So value add would be if I can go to somewhere and get the first set of lashes done in 30 minutes. That's valuable to me because I value my time, right? Someone else, like let's say for example, an iPhone. My grandmother, if they were still alive, would probably not value the ease of use of this smartphone. Valuable to them would be the flip phone because it's simple, it gets the job done, it makes the phone calls, right? Me, I need to be able to get online, get on the apps, post, use my GPS, send money, transfers to Zelle. That's valuable to me, right? So I don't want to just make it seem like it's amenities because it might be more than that. You have to know what the consumer wants, which is why the first book exists, because no one's going to pay you to know what your customers value. You have to know that. Or no one's going to give you money to figure that. It's very rare. Very, 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 very rare. Someone will give a grant for people to flesh those things out. You have to know what your customers value so you can add that to them or for them, right? So, not just, amenities are one thing. Yes, Naya, I'm not knocking what you're saying. I agree, but it's also what they want, what they deem valuable, what will get them to come and buy from you consistently. Okay. So just note that. Any questions about that, or do we need another example or anything like that before we move on? Time is definitely valuable. For people who value their time is one of the most, let me tell you something. I don't want to expose myself, but if you want to get me to spend some money, tell me how much time I'm going to save. I'll put a bag on it. Okay. It's always a yes for me if you say Trinidad. Hi, Alyssa. How are you, babe? Customer value equals time or convenience. Those are definitely value adds, right? Okay, so I see a Trinidadian love connection happening here. I'm gonna stay out the way. All right, I respect it. I'm trying to go to Carnival next year. No, 2 years from now. All right, I respect it. Listen, how would actually I'm trying to think. Okay, next question. How would receiving the grant help you? Now, Alyssa actually talked about this on the podcast episode with her, that if you ever need an episode that's going to rock your socks, and Alyssa has done 6 figures in funding herself, she also is somebody that if she says it, my ears are perked up, okay? So she mentions on that episode exactly what we were talking about earlier, that these companies want to know that you're going to be able to be publishable for them. Like you can they can put you in a headline, right? So for example, it says in the question, please note if you're selected as a candidate, your response to this question will be published for Amazon business customers to vote for your business. Yes, Alyssa's her name. Her page is Alyssa Millette. Okay. So the name of the podcast episode, let me get that for you right now. should know this by now. As many times as I've mentioned this, I really should know what the episode number is, but okay. All right. Okay. If you go to any major streaming platform, Spotify, any of those good ones, we are there. And Alyssa's episode is episode 48. Okay. Grant 101, how to secure funding for business success. All right. So Alyssa said profit and PR. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, please note if you're selected. Okay. So how would receiving the grant funds help you? Remember when we were talking about when we referenced the book earlier and we talked about outlining exactly how to answer that question? Break that down. Qualify your growth. Quantify your growth. Okay. So we're not putting that receiving the grant funds is going to help us to keep our lights on. We're not saying that receiving the grants funds will help us, get inventory or no, that is a very self-centered answer. Receiving the grant funds, how it's going to help your business to be able for you to have more impact, for you to be able to serve better, serve more efficiently, service. And Alyssa mentions that in this episode as well. All right, y'all. So we broke that down earlier. If you want to rewatch this, it will be available on YouTube later. Mental Money Podcast is what you'll search. And we also outlined it in the book. All right, cool. So what is a large problem your company faced and how did you persevere? They want you guys to answer this question because they want to know that they're speaking to founders who are innovative. They want to know that they're talking to founders who are resilient. They want to know how you face problems. They want to know that you're creative. You have the ability to find creative solutions. Because when people tell me that they're struggling, it's not that I don't believe that you can't struggle. I'm not delusional, you guys. I feel like people treat me like, nah, you don't understand. No, I understand. I was a new business owner too once, right? But the thing is, how are you creatively solving these problems? Because there's an answer. You just don't know it yet. Are you speaking to different people? Are you getting advice? Are you getting guidance? Are you asking for feedback? How are you solving these problems? And all of that is creativity, right? Creativity is not just taking a paintbrush and being able to make a Picasso-like drawing, right? It is looking at a problem head on and saying, okay, what available resources do I have? What don't I have? And where can I find that middle where I'm still solving a problem with what I have? Being creative, thinking of solutions that are outside of the box and still being able to produce what it is that you need to have, right? That's literally how they want you to answer this question. What's your problem? And how did you creatively find a solution to be able to get through it, right? Perseverance is not just a function of, I got to keep my lights on and my doors open. Okay, I can't afford this software. What's the workaround? I don't have money for this. What's the workaround? Right? It's harder, but it's not impossible. Right? Okay. So, any questions on how to answer that question? Or any comments, questions, or anything about how to answer this? Okay, how do you answer that question without it being personal? Talk about it it's asking about your company. So what is a large problem your company faced, right? So it's asking specifically about your company. It's not asking about it to be personal. So if your company faces undercapitalization, that is a problem. That's a large problem. So how do you persevere? Increase your offerings. You could adjust. Okay, you know what? Let me actually give you an example. So I have a client who I've been pushing to increase her prices for the longest time because she's making money, but just not enough to make ends meet, right? So the problem was that she didn't have a legitimate pricing strategy, and the pricing strategy she did implement was not sufficient. All right. So how she persevered is that she created a different pricing strategy. She bundled some of her products. She had a penetration pricing for one of the products that were in highest demand. She reworked her flagship product. That's how she persevered, by implementing a different pricing strategy. Okay. That's all she did. But that was the biggest problem. I don't have enough money. I'm not making enough money. So how do I improve or increase on that? Right. She sought guidance from me. Right. So that's how she was able to make it through the problem of not being capitalized and not really having enough money to even like run a sale. Okay. How would the grant money help me? Speak only about my company, not about me, right? Nope, not about you. They never really care to know about you. Like, some grant applications will ask, and even if they are asking about you, I still would include and mention your company and frame it, work it right back into your company, right? All business, always. I'm definitely a workaround type of girl. Yeah, and that's another thing. So the Prime Moon said I'm definitely a workaround type of girl. And that's the thing, like, innately we really do these things, but we write it off because we're so naturally good at just like figuring things out. But that is a real skill, y'all. Some people can't do it, right? I just saying that, all right? So not being afraid of seeking guidance. No, you cannot be afraid of seeking guidance. Matter of fact, one of the chapters in the book, the whole chapter is getting feedback from others, right? Because it's important. You can't not get feedback. One of the best pieces of advice I've gotten by asking for feedback during a grant application made me more money than anything. She's like, here's how you answer this so that moving forward, you can talk about the impact that you're going to have. And guess what? She told me that I was the only person. I'm actually going to repost that video. I was the only person that ever in the grant's history asked for feedback, because nobody's asking for advice or how can I improve on getting this grant better the next time, right? What didn't I put that didn't resonate with you guys? Was my answer sufficient? What more would you have wanted to know? Why are we not asking these questions? Right, you guys? Okay. So not being afraid of seeking guidance, absolutely not. Always ask questions. You should always be seeking guidance, or even through partnership. Yes. Partnerships are also another thing that are going to be super important over the next couple years as well. Why? Because we cannot do everything by ourselves. We can't. No. For example, let's say you wanted to innovate by integrating a new technology. You could partner with a company or partner with a nonprofit or partner with some other organization or entity that already has that entire business operation, processes, systems, automations, instead of you going to build that out yourself. Just have other people involved, right? Create a teaming agreement, create a partnership agreement, limited liability partnership, whatever, right? So that you can expand yourself without having to actually do additional work. They do it all the time. You see Amazon. Well, Amazon's more into the acquisitions. They love buying up little companies. But you see partnerships all the time. Kellogg will partner with this company to make this seasonal thing. What else? They don't have to go and create a Reese's like product if they want to work with Reese's, right? They don't have to do that. They'll just say, hey, can I borrow your license? Can I license your likeness for X amount of money? And then you get a residual from whatever we do with this business partnership or using your name. Disney's another one. They license their stuff out all the time. Starbucks and Stanley, collabs, right, you guys? We see these as things that are like normative in our society, but then why don't we implement them? These are how they play. When things get low, when money gets low, when they're not pushing out sales, they're like, okay, who's the hot artists do it too. They're like, who's the hottest person right now? Let me get them on my track so that they can get more attention and more traction, right? Collaborate, work together. You will get faster, further together. Okay? Exactly. Jump on everyone's tracks. All right. What else? No, you're good. All right. Any other questions? All right. How does your business give back to the community? We talked about that a little bit earlier too. You're more than welcome to watch the replay when it's available on YouTube. Okay. But you should have baked into your project, mission, vision, whatever, something that gives back, something that shares, something that has an impact other than someone than your business, or a company, entity, person other than you and your business. Okay. You'll see, if you go through enough grant applications, you'll see this question come up a lot. All right. What other question? What is the industry of your business? Again, if you listen to episode 48 of the podcast episode, Alyssa does go through why you need to know what your industry is. And when she actually goes through grant applications, she mentioned that one of the things is that if you're not operating in the correct industry based on what you've outlined, your application gets booted just for not knowing the right industry. And you can get more details about that in episode 48. Okay. And then 11 is, can you please explain how your business interacts or with or uses an Amazon service other than your Amazon business as a customer? Okay. You guys will have to answer that question. So what business features do you use? It goes to a couple of features. If selected as one of the recipients, would you be interested in us filming your business and your story for Amazon Business? Again, back to the theme of what Alyssa said earlier, profit and PR. Can they use you as a success story? Yes or no, right? If the answer is no, that might decrease your chances of being able to win because they don't want to film someone who they can't say demonstrated confidently, persuasively, in a compelling way how they're going to be successful. They want a story, you guys. Sell the story. Okay. Enter your Amazon business ID. Please provide your brand trademark USPTO registration number. That's if it's applicable. That's not a required answer. Please provide your brand's trademark name. That's a whole nother topic for another day. We talked about trademarks before on this platform. There was a lawyer that came on and talked to us about the business of the importance of having a trademark, because if you don't have one, you practically don't have a business. Anybody could just steal your business. Okay. It's not a lot of money. I've gotten trademarks for $500. If you do a lawyer, they cost like maybe $1,500 plus, right? But trademarks start at $500. And if you just incorporate, or depending on the state that you incorporate on, if you have a registered agent, most registered agents' offices will support you in the trademark process. All right. Now, it says upload a photo of the brand's logo. Please make sure your brand name is included in the name of the image. So title the image your company name, because you don't want people fishing for your stuff because it says image 3, 4, 7, 10, 12, blah blah blah. All right. So and then what format they want the image in. And then I didn't answer these questions, so I don't know if there's additional questions, but any questions about that? Any questions? Because we're about to go, you guys. That deal for the book is still available. It's $26 now versus $44, which it typically is. So the YouTube is Mental Money Podcast. So if you search Mental Money Podcast, you will find the YouTube page. Another grant that you guys can do that's US based is one that says Canary Impact Grant. Okay. Then the name is in the word impact is in the name. All right. So make sure you got your impact outline. It says the prize is designed to promote community, build capacity, and provide support to formerly incarcerated leaders. Focus on achieving transformative impact through the launch of systemic solutions. community. Like, listen to the buzzwords: community, impact, support. Like, they're asking you, right? They're asking you to provide how you're going to build community, build capacity, right? So I'm not making this stuff up. This right here. If you go through enough grant applications, you'll hear all of it. No problem, Moon. It was nice having you. Thank you. Okay. Comcast Rise grant is available again till the end of this month. That's open to the U.S. And that is, but they're specifically focusing on cities in Atlanta, Houston, Jacksonville, Richmond, and Southern Colorado. Those are the markets that they want to serve this time around. And I've known people who have won the Comcast Rise grants. So that one is like big time legit. I know multiple people who have won that one. All right. There's another. This one ends today. So I would say go through this one. It's an accelerator with $5,000 prize tied to it. It says the Creators Momentum Business Accelerator is a program designed by Axion Opportunity Fund, fueled by support from Etsy Uplift Fund, to provide entrepreneurs with the creative economy with meaningful learning and networking opportunities, along with grant capital to spark their business growth. I'm going to post about this once we get off live. All right. What else? Let's see what else was going on in here. This is through Hello Alice. I'm not a huge fan of Hello Alice, but whatever. Okay, Equity Tech Fellowship. All right, so there's another one, the Equity Tech Fellowship, also for U.S.-based businesses. It says this fellowship empowers entrepreneurs across the United States and the globe, leveraging technology to increase social and financial inclusion and close equity gaps in wealth, education, and accessibility. That one closes on the 31st of this month. Let's see. This one is Female Founder Collective giveaway, $10,000. Founder Made and Female Founder Collective has teamed up to award and select women entrepreneurs with the additional funding and sources they need to continue growing their business through a limited time giveaway. The grand prize winner will receive a free booth at Founder Made's upcoming innovation show on 10/19, and then 1-year membership to their house community. I don't know what that means. And $10,000. Okay. Let's see. $50,000 closing in September. The Gucci North America Changemakers Impact Fund grant. Let me see how many times the word impact comes up in this list, because y'all think this is a joke, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 times. Okay. Cool. All right. So y'all do what y'all want with that information. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my time. We've been on here for about an hour. We can come on, it's Monday. We can come on again this week and do another one. Probably the NASDAQ. No, this is already passed. I'll look through the list to see what other application we can go through. But I will say, grab your copy of the book, prepare yourself. The book also includes meeting once a month, so that if you have questions or you have a grant application you're working through and you're stuck on a question, we only meet once a month. So make sure you have time to be able to flesh that out, or have that prepared, right? Come prepared with your questions. We'll meet once a month so that we can bundle of the books. I'm not sure what you mean, Alyssa. Right now it's just this one and the Win With Us. I haven't created a bundle yet. I'm going to create a bundle for all three when the third book comes out, which is going to be either end of this month or beginning of next month. Actually, you know what? I can create a bundle for both of them. Okay, I'll do that. That's a good question, Alyssa. Okay, I will do that. No problem. I'll do that today. Create book bundle. Okay, I'll do that today, Alyssa. So, and I'll send you the link personally. So, with that being said, you guys, I hope that this was informative. I hope that this was helpful. Some people expressed that it was. Some people had to leave. That's okay. Just remember, when you're going through these grant applications, frame these concepts, frame these ideas, frame your answers with regard to who you are, who you serve, the problem that you're solving, and the impact that you're going to have. Okay? Remember that. If you can remember those three things, and then you take the concepts from the books and apply them tangibly, you'll be fine. Okay? Any last final parting words before we go, because it's already 1 o'clock. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Naya. Remember to DM me, and then I'll see you guys this week. All right. Have a good one. Thank you, Alyssa, for joining.